Ah. Yes, of course. You guys there? Hello? Am I live? Hello? Oh, okay. I'll shut up. You're dreaming? Am I? No, there's no shot. Yo, Super Panda 0123, dude, thank you for the fall, buddy. I wanna suck your fucking dick. You whip that shit out right now and let me suck it. Let me suck it all fucking day, dude. Give me that cock. That's all I want, buddy. Hey, thank you so much for the fall, buddy. Hey, welcome to the fucking beer gang. Live, Ben! What's up, Ben? How's it going? Let's go. Here we go. My internet's dying. Yo.
So Conker started out as a cute platformer.
He was a standard Nintendo character. Squeaked, jumped.
Mario 64 had just arrived on the scene, and that was a game changer, I suppose, in terms of the next generation of games.
Of course, as soon as everyone saw that, we were like, okay, guess we better do something like that.
There was an awful lot of content and there was lots of fun ideas, but it just really wasn't gelling as a finished game.
And what happened was, as Banjo came along and they completely torpedoed us. I think Conker, as it was sort of floundering as a concept because it was too similar.
Dun, 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 dun.
Chris Seaver took over. He was working on art and then became designer.
It's a fucking British studio, eh? Yeah, it is.
And I came up with an idea.
I said that, like all the voice actors are
more
British.
Really.
Fun
And
fact.
she's kind of his character as a person.
So we thought, well, let's just go for the comedy element, but let's make it more kind of edgy in terms of its violence. You know, let's get some narrative in there so we can get the personality of the character out.
For me, there was one key moment which turned it into the game that it was.
I think Tim came up with the idea for the beehive.
The beehive had been stolen from the bees by the nasty wasps.
You guys remember this
What
shit?
wasn't in there was
Dude.
the narrative.
Fuck,
And
dude.
punchline.
After beating the game
You're
and
being
going back
chased
and
by
watching this, dude, this is
and you're
fucking
coming down
insane.
the path, and you have to return the queen in her height.
What can we do?
It
with
says
that?
I'm in just chatting.
Oh, I know. We'll make it violent.
Chauncey, you refresh your shit.
We'll make it complete.
Dude! Holy shit! Whew, that woke me up a bit.
Eat that, mother buzzer.
Aw, thank you, monkey.
That was kind of the light bulb moment, I suppose, for that game. And we showed that to Tim and Chris. And they went, yes, love it, just make more of that.
Conker was evolved over its life, and one of the things that came out of when we were designing levels were the movie parodies. I think the first one was the Terminator, and in the bottom it was.
I told everyone that was the Terminator. Someone said it was like
And the cutscene,
fucking,
it
like,
bit dropped off his
Killer
arm, you can see
Instinct or some
behind
shit.
It was a robot. I thought, oh, we can get some Terminator cues in here.
Susie 9mm.
I'm right here, sweetie pie. You just tell me where to shoot.
you can't load shit. You're energized.
And that's really
Can you
where
see
it
this
came
right
from.
now?
It was like, oh, actually, that worked
Bye
really
bye.
well.
Bye,
'Cause
Blue
it
D.
gave us
Hope you
cues
come
for
back,
things like
Ben.
music.
Hope your internet comes back
Gave
up.
us ideas for the design itself, for the gameplay. So we did the Catfish one, which was Godzilla. I mean, there were films around at the time, so it was very much like a kind of a zeitgeisty thing. The Saving Private Ryan one. Okay, well, we've got a beach and you got to get up it.
We spent a lot of time really trying to get that
Just in
feeling
case you
of,
can't see
you
me.
know, the movies that you know and love. I spent months animating squirrels on fire with their legs falling off and their arms falling off, and there's a part where the squirrel picks up an arm and he sticks it back on and he's like, ooh. And I dreamt about squirrels like burning for like a long time. It had a real effect. I mean,
Yeah, dude, she's Irish,
So it
man.
was kind of giving hints of some of those soundtracks. And the Matrix
That's the
being
voice of
another
Barry.
obvious one with the lobby
Fun
scene.
fact.
And that was quite a good interactive piece of music actually, because when you could hit the bullet time at any point. So we had this kind of channel fade on the music that kind of slowed down and went into this dreamy slow thing, and then back into the kind of hard-hitting industrial beat.
If it hadn't have been the Matrix, if the movie parodies hadn't been there, the gameplay would have been completely different, and probably not as good. So it really complemented the game.
Cutscenes were kind of the reward, the sort of payoff at the end of the joke, the equivalent of our
OBS doesn't say stuffing.
We had no script whatsoever. You'd say it's kind of this, it's kind of that, and we would just bounce ideas backwards and forwards. I'd be constantly record.
And I think that helped because it meant that it was a lot more fluid.
This worked because Chris was designing it, so he had a very good understanding of what the next task was. You know what you were going to do.
A lot of the creativity, certainly a lot of the funny stuff, just came out of the spontaneity of what we were doing.
We were so excited whenever a new scene came in. We knew we had something special because we'd still be giggling about it months later. Just the way a certain animation was, or a way a certain word was said. You'd normally stick to death.
Yo, Kibo! What's up, Kibo? How's it going, man?
Doing, like,
Holy
all the
shit!
voices
What's up, buddy?
longer. He wanted me to do a couple of the other characters as well. So he goes to me, we want Barry to be like American, so can you do an American accent? And I was like, literally, never been anywhere in my life. I'd just flown over from Dublin, and all I could think of was to add like every so often. So it's, hi, you've reached like Barry's place? Awful. Even now when I hear it, I cringe.
Ever gonna recognize Keeb after his 27 name change? Well, it's Keeb and O.
Mighty Pooh,
And it's the same
he
color.
came about, as most things did with
Good
Mighty
morning,
Pooh,
good
about
morning,
some-
Kibo.
Just something Chris thought about, what can we do next to kind of repulse people.
The Great Mighty
or-
Pooh, that was
or
so
make
much
them
fun
laugh.
to do yesterday.
And he just said, I want a boss that's a big giant turd that sings an opera.
Probably one of the most memorable
KevBot! Yo,
characters.
Kev! Good morning, man. I beat the game, by the way, Kev, like
the great mighty
20 minutes ago.
Pooh, and I'm going to throw my shit at you.
Yeah.
A huge supply of tish comes from my chocolate starfish. How about some scat, you little twat?
It's
so
really
good.
random. You're throwing toilet roll at a giant poo monster. So something beautiful had to come from that, and we're lucky it was Mr. Marlowe and his voice.
He does a fair bit of sort of amateur dramatics, and he's well into his singing.
So I know originally there were supposed to be these little sweet corn, and me and Ashton were going to be like the Mighty Pooh's backing singers.
It's going to be hard to beat that. It'll probably be on my gravestone. Here lies Chris Marlowe, voice of the Great Mighty Pooh.
Now that's what I call a bowel movement.
Good one, dude.
So the original design was actually a lot bigger. It was a much bigger game. We built a map, and it kind of got added to. Things got merged into other things.
Chris had the clever idea of getting the start sorted and the end sorted, and then it doesn't matter what you chop out of the middle, because people just won't know it was going to be
Just
there.
finished the game?
When
Yes,
I
I did,
started, There
Erwin.
was this huge
That's why I'm watching
sprawling
this.
land. By the time I ended, like most of the edge.
You
of
missed
world
it,
had
Erwin.
been
I
cut
just
out,
finished
and
it like
just,
20 minutes
focused
ago.
on these bits in the center. I just remember looking at it one day and seeing lots of X's through a bunch of the worlds. We're like, we want to get this done in time. We're gonna get rid of all this shit.
Mainly, the game is intact. Most of the stuff, surprisingly, is kept in. I mean, if you look at the amount of mechanics that
I have to work?
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry, Erwin.
you know,
It's okay. I'm
normally
in
the first
extreme
hour of
soon
the game
here,
is the most
so
fun, because it's all fresh.
it's all good.
But with Conquer, it's still fresh at the end, and I think that's possibly why when people play it, they're surprised. They go, "Ooh, I thought this was just about a swearing squirrel."
There was an unveiling, I think it was in Vegas at some English pub, where they showed it to the press for the first time, because this was kind of, I suppose they were all thinking it was going to be 12 Tales, cutesy, sort
Kebab. Kebab.
of Mario-esque type platformer.
They showed them the Great Mighty Pooh, which is the big.
That gives
big
me some
thing.
RuneScape vibes when you say kebab
What?
like that.
What is this? I don't know. Everyone was laughing and stuff, but I think there was probably as many people with their jaws on the floor going, "This is Nintendo."
Nintendo were very lenient, really, with an awful
Just make it
lot of stuff.
kebabo.
And Nintendo really
That's all you gotta do.
supported it.
Kebabo.
And to the point that at E3, even though they showed it behind closed doors, they built a proper bar where you had to show ID to go in, and you could grab a beer and play.
True,
the game.
see?
I mean, I played it fairly recently.
Time right now?
and
It's
I'm shocked
7:37
at some
a.m.
of the stuff. I probably would change.
I started
some
my
of the stuff
stream
now.
around like
This
11:30ish.
one is the
So I've been streaming about
the
8 hours.
sunflower. That whole sequence is like, no, I couldn't do that again.
Well,
If it was made now and if it was the same
that's one way
team,
of putting it.
it wouldn't. I don't think we'd do a game that people would want because they'd want the original Conquer, but again, we're not the people to make that game, ironically, because we've changed. My tastes have changed and I've moved on. You'd have a hard time getting it made now. So the
That's
only
so
way for
fucking
anyone to
true.
play it-
Making a game like Conquer
wouldn't.
nowadays,
I don't
that
think
shit
there's
wouldn't
any
fly.
way
Half the
again.
jokes and shit. Dude. Conquer is such a fucking good game, dude. You had your breakfast yet? I literally haven't eaten anything today. Literally nothing, dude. I'm in my stream. I'm gonna put on my song here. Yo, Destiny DRG, dude, thank you for the follow, buddy. I want to suck your fucking dick, dude. Thank you so much for the follow. Hey, welcome to the beer gang. I'm about to end my stream though. You kind of joined a little late, but I'm gonna host my boy here, Mr. Crocodile, and then hang on. There we go. And I'm gonna fucking chill out, boys.